You know, I had pretty fun time making this tier list right here, the Tangled songs tier list, but Tier Maker has quite a few more tier lists that you can see now, and I'm gonna do some of them because I thought it'd be a fun idea. So let's start with characters. See here, it's just the one I wanted. I did look at these first because there was a characters one that I specifically want. Yep, this one because I had the most to actually rank. And first thing that I'm actually going to do is to get rid of this Zantiri row because I actually like Zantiri, and so just putting her below awful would well I disagree with that. But let's get started with Adira. I'm gonna put Adira in the good. She probably would be great if we got more of her, but she was sparsely used in season 2 and then only came in at season 3 at the very end, and she was mind controlled for 90% of her season 3 presence. Andrew slash Hubert, meh. I don't hate him. He's pretty underwhelming. I don't really feel like he. You know what? I'm gonna put him in bad just because he's not a season premiere or finale or like he's not a 40-minute episode type of antagonist. So him and his friends being the main antagonists of Rapunzel's Return was just kind of like, really? This guy? Anthony the Weasel, I'm gonna put him in meh, just because he just kind of shows up and does his thing. There's not really too much to him. Attila, I'm gonna put in good. Really like Attila. He makes some fine bimberry cupcakes. And, yeah, he voiced by one of my favorite VAs, Steve Bloom. So, that definitely gives him some brownie points. Axel, I'm gonna put Axel in awful just because. Why? Max. Okay, there's an episode here, so I'm gonna talk about Max's enemy when I get there, but did we really need this? Did he really need to exist? No, not at all. The answer is no. Calliope. I'm gonna put Calliope in good because I actually find her like she's annoying. She's very annoying, but I also love how annoying she is. It's really weird. I love her. It's pronounced spire. It's like all her things that if I were in the world of Tangled, I would hate. But because I'm just an observer, oh, I love it. And I'm especially looking forward to playing her in my campaign. Captain of the Guard, who I don't think even ever got a name. I'm gonna put him in great because of just how freaking good of a father figure he is in the show. I mean, you go, dude. You go. Speaking of which, joining him in great is gonna be his daughter Cassandra, but she's gonna go above him if I can actually do that correctly. There we go. And then I'm gonna actually see here. Add row above. Let's make it that color and name it best because that is where Eugene is gonna go. He is my main boy in Tangled, and yeah, actually, you know what? We're gonna put Cass in Amazing. Yeah, I just realized that Amazing was no longer top. I was reserving top tier for Eugene, but since I made a new top tier for Eugene, yeah, Cass moves up. And then Hamuel I'm gonna put in bad because he's like a comic relief pet, but I honestly didn't find him that funny. I mean, he had his moments, but overall it's just sort of like he's there. Hookfoot I'm gonna put in good between Attila and Calliope. Because, yeah, I was really. one of the things that surprised me most about Hookfoot was the decision to put him in season 2. I've never really understood why. Like, Lance makes sense, but Hookfoot? I mean, sure. I mean, I freaking loved Hookfoot in season 2, which is why he's here in the good tier. But yeah, I've never understood like what the in-universe like. Rats is like, okay, I want to bring Cass, I want to bring Eugene. Eugene's probably gonna want to bring Lance along because they're BFFs. Who else should I bring? I feel like I should have just one more. Hookfoot. That's who I need. uh, Again, I have no idea, but okay. Edmund, I'm gonna put in a low good because we didn't get as much of him as I would have liked, but what we did get, I really did like. Trevor, I'm gonna put in bad because it's Trevor. The guy is just sleaziness personified, really. Frederick's gonna go in great because again, just like the captain, great father figure and just my boy. The scene in Before Ever After where he has like the PTSD from back to the night that Gothel took Rapunzel's just like, oi, my heart. Lady Kane, as far as like the recurring antagonist goes, I probably would say she's like my favorite, like especially like the ones that never reformed. So I'm gonna put her between Attila and no, I'm gonna below Hookfoot actually. Yeah, my boy Lance, he's going in great as well. Behind Frederick, but in front of Captain, just because it's Lance. He's a riot. He's a joy to have around at all times. Demanitus, I'm also going to put in great, and I'm actually going to put him at the very tippy top of great because whenever the word Demanitus is uttered, it means rich and amazing lore is about to come out of this show, and I love it. Max, I mean, he's classic from the movie. We all love him. He's an amazing. Montgomery, Uncle Monty. I'm gonna have to put him in good. He's pretty much the same note, but I did also love the whole thing, like the two nicest people in all of Corona, Rapunzel and Uncle Monty, have beef. I always just loved that. Gothel. I'm gonna have to put Gothel in amazing as well because of how freaking frightening of a villain she was in the movie, and then how much of a haunting image she was in the show. I'm gonna put her right under her daughter. Crowley. I think I'm gonna have to put Crowley in meh with the Weasel because she was pretty much she just showed up, freaked a few people out, was grumpy, and then would go away for like 8 episodes. Owl, I'm also gonna put in meh because Owl doesn't really. Owl has like a very like the most personality I can give Owl is like he's serious with some slight mischief. That's about it. For the most part, he's just Cass's Owl. He doesn't really have anything going for him. Pascal, though, Pascal's gonna go in the amazing tier. He is best frog. Pete the guard. I'm gonna have to give Pete a good. You know, there's not much to say about Pete. He's fun to have around, so that's why I'm putting him in good. But, you know, yeah, he is mostly just sort of the guy that's with Stan. Queen Ariana, she didn't get nearly as much character in the show as Frederick, so I'm going to put her at the very top of good. because I do really like what we did get from Ariana, but she just I feel like she could have gotten more. In Kieran, I want to give Kieran a low good, but I feel like I'm gonna have to give him a meh just from the lack of what we actually got from him. But yeah, I'm gonna put him at the bottom good just because I would say he's very much above everyone that's in meh. The princess herself, Rapunzel, easy, high amazing. I mean, it's Raps, the central character of the movie and show. So yeah, she's gotten a lot of focus, and so a lot of time for me to love her. All right, in this tier list, grouped Angry and Catalina together. I'm gonna put them at the bottom of great because they are incredible characters, and they're adorable, and I loved them, but they could have had more. Like they were only in one episode for both seasons 1 and 2, and then season 3. I liked how many episodes they're in, but I feel like because of the only 1 and 2, I feel like if they had shown up like let's say 3 times in total in season 2, which wouldn't have been too. I mean, Vigor showed up about that many times, and Angry and Catalina, they were like just sort of on the move. They were the party was traveling, so it would have made sense to run into them into those 2 more times. And I freaking okay. So I know Lance adopts them at the end, but I honestly could have sworn that that Raps and Eugene would have adopted them in the end because oh my gosh, the parent-child relationships they were giving off in the episode Vigor the Visionaire were so good, and I loved them so much. Rudiger. I'm gonna have to put Rudiger with Owl for the same reasons. He's got, he's got a stuck-up personality to him, which honestly kind of makes him a bit annoying at times, but most of the time, he's just a raccoon that follows Varian around. Shorty, I think I'm gonna have to put behind Angry and Catalina in great because he's he's great to have around, but at the same time, it's just like it's Shorty. If he's there, you know exactly what you're gonna get. But we love having Shorty around. The Stabbingtons. I'm gonna put the Stabbingtons right above Edmund because I do like the arc, their redemption felt forced. I'm gonna be honest, but I did like having these 2 characters that have beef with one of the main characters because of events in the movie show up and not have it feel like a forced callback like some Disney like movie spin-off shows will do. Like they were imprisoned in Corona during the movie, and then in Cassandra v. Eugene, they escape, and they're like, well, they're not too happy with Eugene, so yeah, and so they felt like they fit in with the rest of like of the show very, very smoothly, even though they were coming from the movie. Stallion. I also kind of feel like her redemption was a bit too quickly. I feel like she should have been like a recurring antagonist throughout season 2 that slowly got more and more redeemed. So I'm gonna put her at the very top of meh. Stan the Guard, my man, going in great. The Mustachio Guard, who just lights up every single scene he is in. Just beautiful. And there's the Baron. Okay. The Baron I'm going to put in bad because he was interesting at first, so I'm going to put him at the top of bad, but I mean, he's only in 2 episodes overall, and I wasn't really a big fan of what they did with him in his 2nd episode, and so yeah, gonna have to put him down there. Varian. We got another great on our hands, because, oh boy, this boy, This precious cinnamon roll turned kidnapper, traitor, attempted murderer, and then to trusted friend and advisor and royal engineer. Just I do have the opinion that I kind of wish that Varian had stayed evil in season 3, but that's just because I found evil Varian just a bit more compelling than good Varian. I was happy to have Varian back, and there were like so many times throughout season 3 I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy Varian's back. But yeah, I still kind of wish that he had stayed evil. Like, okay, I was like throughout season 2, I was seeing like so many people like, I like, please redeem Varian, please redeem him. Like, girl, listen, the boy committed regicide. He is going to be locked up forever. I was wrong, but I mean, I'm wrong often, so nothing new. Willow in only one episode, and kind of annoying in the episode she was in. Meh. Xavier. We'll put you in a good between Hookfoot and Pete the Guard, because the man of many legends himself. And finally, we have Zantiri. She had her own tier, but I really like Zantiri, watching her manipulate Cass, work from the shadows, and then just completely take over the entire show. I'm gonna have to put her right next to her former partner in research, Demanitus. And so, yeah, gonna download that image. Then move on to... Wait, Tangled and the series... Wait a second. Does this have all of them? That's from Plus Vu. There's a Plus Vu song. If they have the other Plus Vu song, then I freaking made my own list with my own tokens for nothing. And there's the other Plus Vu song. I made my own freaking thing for no... Okay, I'm gonna give this hard eyes because he did it before, because he or she did this before me. Are these the same tiers? A, S, A, B, C, D? Yeah. Man. Let's go to the episodes list. Dang it, I made my own thing and I didn't even have to. Okay. Alright, I'm not gonna try and remember the release order, so I'm just gonna go like this. So here, this one, I believe that's The Alchemist's Return. That was an A episode for me. Really enjoyed it. Big Brothers of Corona. I'm gonna say that's an A as well, but a low A. Curses. I'm gonna say that's a B tier. It's a fun episode, but not really that important. One's a Handmaiden. High A. High A. High A. See here, I believe the Challenge of the Brave, I believe. It may have been Challenge of the Bold, but I'm going to say it's Challenge of the Brave. I'm going to say that's also an A, but I'm going to put it there. That looks right. Yeah, okay. Day of the Animals. It's not a terrible episode, but it is kind of boring, and you know what? I'm gonna do C. I'm gonna do C. Yeah, cause like it can be fun, but for the most part, it's just like I'm watching animals that make animal noises instead of, you know, actually speaking, have arguments, and they're petty arguments. Destinies Collide. That's an S tier. That is such a good episode, such a great finale to season 2. Great Exploitation. Yeah, that's gonna go right there in the middle of A. Yeah, okay. That's a D tier. Okay, I want to say I don't hate Flint Poster, but there are times when I think I do actually hate Flint Poster, because it just kills the pacing when binge watching season 3. Because okay, hold on. I'm actually okay. I have this list of the show episodes lit up open because I was going through it just like thinking, how am I gonna do how am I gonna cram 3 Vardaros episodes into one D&D session? And okay, so let's see. Let's look at. Okay, so after Pascal's Dragon, we have Islands Apart, Cassandra's Revenge, Race to the Spire, A Tale of Two Sisters, and then that momentum is just completely broken by Flynn Potter, and then comes back with Once a Handmaid and Plus ça tombe vous. Like, oh, like the entire purpose of the episode was just to establish Eugene as the new captain of the guard, but we could have worked that into Once a Handmaiden, or, you know, had an episode that was better doing that, and, you know, further, and like kept the Cassandra momentum going. Because it's just a jam on the brakes when you binge. It really is. That's not the tier list. This is the tier list. Okay, so yeah, Flynn Potter goes to D. And then the Baron was just, he was this cold, calculating, holds all the cards boss in outside the Corona walls. And then here he's just some brute with a vendetta. That's all he really is. Freebird. Play Freebird! Let's see here. I'm gonna put that in a low B. Yeah, that feels like a good place for it. This one, Good Hope and Goodwill. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that C above Day of the Animals. Tale of Two Sisters, A. Yeah, it's above that. Once a Handmaiden. Again, the momentum. Also, my camera is dying. Me. Plugger. And so apparently plugging it in means that recording stops. Nice. Okay. So, sorry about that, but let's get on with Happiness Is. That's the name of it. Happiness Is. Give that one a B. Nah, I'd watch Curses over it. Islands Apart. A. King Pascal, I'm gonna give a C. Because it was literally practically the same episode plot as Pascal's story, which itself isn't one of my favorites by any means. So yeah, it's like Pascal probably felt like the smallest person in the room. He is, literally. All right, Lost and Found. Should I give it a low A or a high B? It's like the Demanitus episode. It's the episode where we easily spent the most amount, where we actually spent time with Lord Demanitus instead of just like having a flashback like we did in Plus ça tombe vous. And I do love them. I did just say how much I like Demanitus. And it did actually, wrap up Eugene's whole arc around faith that he had been going through every time that con artist and like in the episodes of Igor and Curse, like Eugene's like, oh, I don't believe in stuff like that, and then he's like, I believe in Rapunzel. I do. There is something I can have faith in. So I do really like how it wrapped that up. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it right there at the bottom of A. See here, King and Queen of Hearts. Low B. It was a fun episode, but mostly just sort of, uh, like this is what's going on with Frederick and Ariana while their memories are still wiped. The Forest of No Return. I'm inclined to give it an A, but I'm gonna give it a B. I was initially inclined to give it an A, but I think that's mostly because that's gonna be a really fun episode to turn into a D&D session, because the forest is a giant natural dungeon. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Dungeon slash maze, and I can't wait for it to have the party interacting with Adira, because Adira's not gonna like them. All right, what is this episode? The Keeper of the Spire. I'm gonna have to call that one a B as well. Yeah, that looks good. I'll probably have to turn the Spire into a bit of a dungeon too, so it's... Well, Calliope does get them kind of lost in that episode, so I guess I can do that. Max and Eugene in peril on the high seas. Why the episode that title has to start with Max and Eugene in? Don't know, but I freaking love this episode, so I'm gonna put it at the very top of B. Because it's a good episode. It's a good, fun episode, but it's not quite A. Beyond the Corona Walls. Gonna put that at the bottom of A. Because it is good, and it is a 40-minute episode, which, I feel like kind of already elevates it above. But it is also kind of one of the more... But it is like the only 40-minute episode where I'll say it's really good, and not instead of going all the way and saying it's great, which I guess means I should put it in B, but it just feels wrong to put a 40-minute in B. In Like Flynn, that's also going in A, right there, because gosh, do I freaking love the father son-in-law bonding between Eugene and Frederick in this episode, and also just the whole hijinks with the royal seal of Equus, and then also just seeing this side of Frederick was just so fun to watch. Then One Angry Princess, we got to see, like, the fulfillment of one of the things that was in, one of the most famous songs from the movie, I've Got a Dream. We got to see Attila fulfilling his dream of being a baker. And, then Rapunzel showing her loyalty and determination to people that she believes in. I'm gonna have to put that there. Yeah. Quest for Varian. This is my favorite 20-minute episode in season 1, if not the show, because oh my gosh, it's such a good an intense ride the whole way through, and then especially the end when they destroy the tower. I did not expect that, and I was like, oh dang when it happened. See here. Rapunzel's Return. I'm gonna put that Yeah, that looks like a good spot for it, because kind of like uh Beyond Corona Walls, like it, like, because it's a 40 minute, I do want to play it, but I was like, would call this one great, but because I think the first half is great, the second half is good. But the first half is great. The second half is good. But yeah, the second half only being good does bring it down to the bottom half of A tier. Be afraid. Be very afraid. That's another A. Gonna put it between great expectations and The Alchemist's Return. Plus c'est en vous, that's an easy, instant S tier. I'm going to put that at the top of S tier. No Time Like the Past. Give it a... yeah, I'm going to put it at the very top of C tier, because it's fun, it's nice. But seeing Teen Eugene and Teen Lance is really, really weird. Though I will say, Pete having a mustache and Stan not having a mustache, that bit absolutely murdered me. I was on the ground for a good 20 minutes just laughing at that one bit. Just a moment of applause for that bit. I believe that one is Beginnings, which I'm going to put in a lower B tier, honestly, because it's fun. It's nice to see, you know, how Rapunzel and Cassandra really first became friends. But it does kind of feel like a bit of a rehash of Challenge of the Brave. So, yeah, so that's why it goes into B. This one. What was its name again? Return of the King. That's right. Return of the King. Like I said before, I felt like the Stabbingtons redemption was like super rushed in this episode, but the father-son bonding between Edmund and Eugene was really, really nice. So I'm gonna put it in a high B. High. There we go. That's where I want it. What the Hair? Technically, first episode of the show. Yeah, B feels right, but where in B? That seems right. Max's Enemy, my least favorite episode of the show, because did we really need that? No, it's just literally the episode is everyone loves Max. Oh, hey, there's a new horse. Well, now everyone doesn't care at all about Max because this guy's great. Oh, Max, we still care about you. Oh, and by the way, the other guy's evil anyway. Oh, yeah. Not a fan of Max's Enemy. It's a very cringe fest episode whenever I watch it. The Mirror episode from the House of Yesterday's Tomorrow. Don't really feel like looking up any titles anymore, so I'm just gonna call it what happens in the episode if I don't remember. I'm gonna give it, yeah. Because it was fun. It was definitely interesting, and the mystery of like who was and who wasn't turned yet was very intriguing. And then, you know, finding out when people, like, you know, when Shorty was being eloquent, And then I think Eugene being the first one who got mirrored was really a shock to me. I didn't piece that together. Well, I did this at the same instance Rapunzel did when he called Pascal lizard. So it's just like wait, like, or I think he actually legit called him a chameleon. He's like, wait a second, you didn't say frog. You're not my boy. Fitzherbert PI. I freaking love this episode so dang much. It's going in a high mid A tier. Like just seeing Eugene just show everyone in the captain up at the tryouts, and then yeah, he sucked as a guard, but then still finding a way to work for the guards with his thief advisory. Another one from season 1 that I love, Cassandra v. Eugene. I'm actually gonna have to put it above Once a Handmaiden. I really do think I should. It's just such a good episode. Not in the mood. This was so okay. This episode was hilarious, but my favorite part of the episode was actually the tease at the end of Varian finding the potion. I'm gonna put it at the very top of B. Then we have Pascal's Dragon, i.e. the best Pascal-centric episode in the entire show, and I'm gonna put it between Happiness Is and Beginnings. And then going to another Pascal episode, Pascal Story. I'm gonna I'm gonna put it right next to King Pascal. It's like, again, it's just like, oh no one's giving time for Pascal suddenly, even though he's been right there alongside everyone during all the other episodes, but now suddenly he spends his days completely alone and no one cares about him. Queen for a Day, that's an S. Above or below Destiny's Collide? I'm gonna have to put it below. Like, it's our introduction to Zantiri, but Destiny's Collide just had, like, the constant, like, who's gonna betray Rapunzel? Who's gonna betray Rapunzel? Who's gonna betray Rapunzel? And then we all think it's Eugene, and then, psych! Race to the Spire. I'm gonna give that a lower A, but it's still an A. Because just seeing the first-hand direct, like, because we saw bits of it in Cassandra's Revenge, but here we saw, I think, in full-on Zantiri's manipulation, and then her confidence to then just come out and tell Rapunzel, A, that she's manipulating Cass, and B, who she is. Just, I freaking love Zantiri. Rapunzel Day 1. Very, definitely an interesting episode, but I don't think I can give it an A. I'm gonna put it between One Angry Princess and What the Hare. Rapunzel and the Great Tree. Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to leave Plus c'est en vous in the number 1 for right now. Painter's Block, aka the Sugaracha one. Gonna put that between Curses and Force of No Return. Rapunzel's Enemy. It's honestly, do I want to give it a C? or I'm gonna put it at the bottom of B because it's nice, but it's not really one I think about a lot. Really, the most memorable thing from it was just the fact that was, like I said when doing the characters, Rapunzel has beef with the nicest person in Corona other than herself. Cassandra's revenge can go in any three of these spots. I think I'm gonna have to give the win to Cassandra's revenge. It's just so good. Rapunzeltopia. I mean, it's an A tier, but where an A tier? I think they're an A tier. Yeah. Secret of the Sundrop. I don't think I can put it as ready as I'll ever be. So I want to instantly put it in S. But I didn't give Rapunzel's Return an S just because of crossing the line. Gonna put it behind Once a Handmaiden, but in front of Fitzherbert P.I. Let's see here. Oh, this is Before Ever After. Okay. Oh, okay. Huh, where did I put this one? I didn't even expect this one on here. I'm gonna put this between Big Brothers of Corona and Lost and Found. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. The Brothers Hook, it's gonna get a C. It's gonna get a low C, honestly. I just don't like how mean they made Hook. Okay, there are two things about it. One, I don't like how it got rid of Hookfoot. I liked Hookfoot. And two, they made Hookhand just really needlessly mean. I get he's a thug and all, but so is Hookfoot, and Hookfoot's delightful. The Eye of Pencosta. Gonna throw that one into a high C. Yeah. It was, I mean, see, it was kind of fun seeing Rapunzel and Stallion interact like that, but it rushed Stallion's redemption again, like I said, and then it was just sort of we don't have anything for them to do. Let's just say Eugene's wanted here. The Curse of the Treasure of Hearst de Leon. It's a fun episode, so I'm gonna put it between Remembrances and above and Freebird. Something about Hookfoot. Okay, this episode is super sweet, and also has like one of my favorite season 2 fight scenes in it. That doesn't involve Adira. I should clarify. So I'm gonna put that above Challenge of the Brave, but below Race to the Spire. Return of Quaid. I'm gonna put that above Happiness Is and below Keeper of the Spire. It's a nice, fun episode. I like what it does for Vex. But yeah, doing the whole, well, I'll pretend to mug you, and then he'll get his confidence back. Yeah, that plotline ever works. Return of Strongbow. It does introduce Lance, and it does have some good character moments for Eugene. It does have a lot of good character moments for Eugene. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in a high B. Way of the Willow. I'm going to put this one at the very top of C tier. Yeah, that feels right. Wrath of Ruthless Ruth. Yeah, that feels right. Under Wraps. Probably gonna say there. I'm sorry if I'm just not talking about the episodes anymore. I kind of run out of things. So I'll be like, oh, this was fun. This was good. I just kind of, yeah, and I got 3 left. Vigo the Visionaire. I'm going to put this one. Oh, yeah, just above Beyond Corona Walls. Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf? That's an A. Where an A, though? Where an A? I'd say above Rapunzeltopia, but below Islands Apart. That looks good. And finally, You Gotta Be Kidding Me. I enjoyed it more than The Mirror. I enjoyed it more than Rapunzel Day 1. Did I enjoy it more than One Angry Princess? No, I did not. Alright. There is my episode tier list. Download that image. Another Tangled songs tier list, but this one doesn't have the movie. At least it says Tangled the series, so I doubt they have. Yeah, they don't have movie. One's from the movie. Another one of songs. Well, those are quite the options. Another one for songs that, does it have all of them? Okay, yeah, here's one from Placenta. I thought that it just went out to Cassandra's Revenge. I'm like, wait, it doesn't even have all of them. Okay, what else? That's Tangled. Okay. What Tangled? Characters. Okay. Well, okay, I'll do the ones here. Okay, actually, I'll do the ones here that I didn't already do. So Hector, I'll put in a like them. Tramus, I'll put in a like them. Already did Gothel again. Did raps. Fidela, I'll put in a high like them. Cass, Kane, Shigaracha, I'll put in an okay. Tramus definitely had a lot more charisma than Shigaracha. I already did Hector. What? Is this like Tree Hector? Is it supposed to be a different... Tree Hector wasn't exactly a different character. It was just Hector, but using the Tree of Zantiri. Alright. And I already did episodes. Ships! There's only one thing I actually ship in this show, that's Rapunzel and Eugene, so let's see what options are even on here. Once Alabama Internet wishes to. There we go! Oh. I should have expected that first one to be on there. Okay. I'm gonna put Varian and Cass in disgusting. Because Cass is an adult. And Varian is a minor. So no. Adira and Lance. I don't ship it because I know Adira is just like, no. but I do find Lance's devotion to Adira and dedication in trying to get her to like him freaking adorable. So I'm gonna put an okay. Hookfoot and Seraphina, love them. Okay, Frederick and Edmund, didn't know this was a ship. I mean, yeah, I guess they have a pretty cool bromance in that one episode. I'll put them in eh. Varian and Rapunzel, same problem, minor and adult. Frederick and Ariana, love them. When it comes to Cassandra and Rapunzel, I just see they have pretty much, the show pretty much all but outright says they are sisters. Yeah, technically stepsisters because Rapunzel isn't Gothel's actual daughter, but still, like with the bond they share, they are. I'll put it in okay, but still, just like Rapunzel and Eugene, god tier ship, relationship goals. Eugene and Lance, you know what? I'm gonna put them in love because that is the romance to end all romances. There's an et here. I just went. So yeah, I guess that's where I put Cass and Eugene. Threesome of Cass, Eugene, and Raps. Yeah, that's disgusting. Okay, well, that was a quick one. The Varian tier list. Kid Varian, I'm gonna give a B. The season 3 Varian, I'm gonna give an S to season 3 Varian. I don't know what this one is, so I'm gonna give it a C. Season 1 Varian, I'm gonna give it an A. Another season 3 Varian, I guess I'll put that in S as well. Another season 1 Varian, I guess I'll put it in A, and then I don't know what this one is, so I'm just gonna put it in D. I'm not gonna save this one. This feels odd. What is the point of this? You know what? Let's just stop.